Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to show you how to make one of these. So the first thing you have to do is find an image of a dragonfly on the interweb, and you can print it off different sizes. That way if you want to make bigger ones or smaller ones, you can do that. And then what I do is cut out each wing individually. I don't use the body. So here's one of the wings. Now, what I discovered after I cut out all four of them is you can use this side, and then all you do is flip it over. And what I did was cut it on some nice blue agate, and I'm going to do the rest of them, and then we'll cut it out on the 10-inch high-tech diamond slab saw. Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff drawn out. I did the agate, I did a bunch of obsidian. This is amethyst. I think that's obsidian also. I'm not sure what kind. This stuff, I have no idea what it is. I think it's like a fossil that got filled in with pyrite. And I did an amethyst cab. This is supposed to be Brazilian agate, but it was kind of a dud. There's nothing in it, so I'm going to see what it looks like all polished up. This one here I made out of pudding stone, and then the unikite and epidote for the tail, and the bottom piece is labradorite, and I just glued it to a piece of driftwood. And that's going to a special subscriber that doesn't know it. Oh, and agate at the top with a little eye in it. And this is my high-tech diamond 10-inch slab saw. And all we have to do is put the top on. Okay, the top is on. So we just turn it on, and the water in here goes around, catches on the blade, keeps the blade cool. And this little guard here keeps me from getting really wet. So what we've done, what Penny made for me, was an awesome little place to cut the rocks in the basement. I don't get any water or dust anywhere. It's perfect. And it's all sealed, so when I pull this drain plug, water just all flows, and it goes down this hole into a funnel, and then from the funnel into a little pipe, and from the pipe it just spits out into a 5-gallon pail. Nice and easy. Okay, so I have all the dragonfly wings cut, and we'll throw these in there, the whole batch, and we'll get her done in about 9 days. So we'll see what happens. So see you in 9 days. So a little while ago, I cut some bottle tops off, and I threw them in the tumbler, the vibratory tumbler, and they come out like this, which is really cool. But I have no idea what to do with them. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Alrighty, so the wings are done and polished. There's an extra quartz one. There's just 2 of the Brazilian agate, which isn't really Brazilian agate, but it does have a kind of a cool pattern on it still. I think it's pretty neat, but I have to make a couple more. One of the amethyst wings broke, so I'll have to do another one of those. Only have 3 of those. This turned out good, which I'm really surprised. It almost looked like dragonfly wings with that pyrite and stuff in there. It's really neat. I like that. That's porphyritic basalt, maybe? I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. And we have some possible rainbow obsidian. I'm not sure. It does turn kind of different colors. That turned out not too bad. And we have some pudding stone wings. And the snowflake, I don't think it's snowflake obsidian, I think it's a different kind of snowflake rock. Some basalt with a little bit of agate and quartz in it. Montana agate. These are beautiful. And a little set of those, and that would be it. I always end up just gluing the wings and the body to a piece of wood, but I would like to make the wings kind of float. I'd like to have it sitting so it's kind of, the wings are kind of pointed up a little bit. And I got to figure how to do that. It's going to have to be a thicker wing like this, and I think what I might do is cut a little groove in here and then add a piece of wire so it extends out a little bit. So that way I can drill a hole into a piece of wood and then mount it that way. Can I do it? I don't know. Let's give it a shot. So we have this little groove making machine for glass, and what it does is cuts a little groove in your cabochon so you can wire wrap it, and you could kind of hide the wire around instead of wrapping around and everything and kind of ruining the, not ruining it, but taking the beauty away from your piece. This is a piece of BC jade. I threw it in the rock tumbler. It doesn't polish very well as far as tumbling goes, but I think a cabbing machine would make it a lot shinier and a lot nicer. But this is one of those experimental pieces that I'm just messing with. Thought I would try the groove thing and see how it would work. So what I need to do with that is raise this up, and I will cut a little groove, probably about a quarter of the way up, maybe a third, just like that, hopefully, and hope for the best. I'm gonna try it on a scrap piece first. So the problem I'm seeing so far is when I grind this bottom piece is also going to be touching, so I might have to kind of grind it at an angle. So I think that's going to work. And then I'm going to put a piece of wire in here, glue it in, and that way I can have adjustable wings. Alright, so now let's try it on a real piece. So now I'm going to dry these off and find some wire. We'll go from there. So we've got some wire cut. And what we're going to do is get some glue, which would be the E6000. And we're going to put that right in there like that. Let it dry. That way I can bend this however I want to shape the wings. I'm hoping this is going to work. This is pretty cool. So just for sake of time, I'm going to glue these. Just put a little bit of glue in there, stick that in there, let it dry. Probably put some masking tape on it, and it'll be done. It's good to hold this side, so when you cut it, it doesn't fly away on you. Just like that. Okay, so those are done. Now it's time to drill some holes. What I did was got a piece of driftwood and nice little Lake Superior agate at the top, and some amethyst down for the body, and all I had to do was put them on my flat lap and just grind the bottom down, make a flat spot, and just kind of rough it up for the glue to stick. And then I used E6000. So now all I have to do is drill a couple of holes on each side for the wings, a little dab of glue, and we will stick them in there and position them, and hope that it dries properly, and we got ourselves a Dragonfly. So I'm going to kind of position first wing in place. Thinking right around there. Make a tiny mark. And we'll get the drill set up. So this is my first attempt at doing something like this. I usually just glue the wings to the wood, like I said before, I believe. So I'm just trying to figure out an angle that I'd like to go into. Oh, that's the bottom.
That's not right.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay, so that's gonna go up like that. Here goes nothing. Oh. Sorry about that. I think that'll work. And then I'll do the other ones. I'm going to have to glue this first. And I'll probably let it dry before I move on to the next. But now I can position it any way I want. I could twist it a little bit. That's kind of cool. Alright, so we'll glue it, let it dry, and then I'll continue on with the other ones, do the same thing, and I'll show you when it's all done. So I didn't have a straight enough wire when I glued it on there, and it wouldn't fit in the hole, so I got to do this one over again. Gonna wait for this one to dry, which probably will be tomorrow, because well, it takes about 3 days to cure, but it should be dry enough tomorrow for me to stick it in there, kind of like that. So far not too bad, and we are done. Wings are dry. I really like the way it turned out. This is really cool. So this is one step, another step in my adventure of building these things here. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Now my next step is to totally raise the Dragonfly above the wood, or a piece of amethyst or something. So that's my next experiment. But for now, got a nice little Lake Superior agate at the top. Snowflake, I don't think it's snowflake obsidian, it's snowflake something else. I can't remember what it is. And some amethyst on a piece of driftwood. So if you want to make the wings yourself, you can cut them out on a tile saw, and you can polish them up on on those polishing pads you can get at the hardware store. If you did it on a flat lap, you would have a problem with this little part right here, which is concave, and you wouldn't be able to polish that part with that. But other than that, or you'd have to get some tumbled stones if you had a tumbler. Or you could use whatever, you know, just use your imagination. It doesn't have to be just like this. But it was a lot of fun making it, and this is going to a charity actually. They're going to be selling it to raise money for Snowmobile to keep some of the trails open and cleaned up. So I hope this gives you the inspiration to make something, be creative. It's a lot of fun, keeps the mind going, and I'm slowly advancing. I've just figured out how to make my wings elevated, so ready for the next step. This is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. So take care, guys. We will see you again soon.